I love these fabulous children's astrology books by Donna McGarry. They're delightful, whimsical, and entertaining. Visit zodiacs.com. Hello, fabulous Virgo. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of September 2014 General Focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. This month sets up and begins a very strong financial cycle for you. In fact, I do think that you will be focused in on financial matters by the time we get you to the later part of the month and actually right into next month as well. Now, of course, I'm going to be here to talk about it then, but it does look like financial talks, financial matters do start for you now and are an important area of consideration, of conversation, as I said, into next month, but even longer into November as well. So there are a couple of key things that are happening that do suggest this to me, to point this out to me. One is the fact that we have a new moon taking place in the second part of the month, and this new moon is happening in the part of the sky that has to do with money you earn. It has to do with the money, the efforts that you make to actually earn what you need to meet your own needs and those to whom you are responsible. And so there's an element here of you being able to know that you can work on your own behalf to provide for yourself, and the level of independence and self-worth that comes from that is something that a lot of people actually, in all honesty, I think about how many people have really struggled and sacrificed so that more and more of us can experience that type of freedom, that type of equality. And you get an extended lesson into just this area of life starting this month. So we've got this new moon taking place. This new moon is happening at the very beginning of its respective sign. And so this tells me that this month will start a process, but it is not likely to find its ultimate resolution very quickly. And I say that for a few reasons. The main reason I say that is because Mercury will, in the middle of the month, enter what is known as shadow. So Mercury will enter in the same part of the sky, will move into a pathway, if you will begin to walk a sidewalk that Mercury will retrace in retrograde and then walk over again for a third time as he goes direct again later on at the end of October. And so much of this month and next month and into November are going to be spent looking at your finances, looking at what is it that's costing you money? What is it that you're doing? Is it helping you to create prosperity for yourself? Is it not? And where it is that you may need to refine, where it is that you may need to ask for more or demonstrate more, then the universe may actually give you those opportunities, in some cases rather suddenly. Mercury moving through this part of the sky is going to be in a dance of sorts with Uranus. Uranus in the opposite part of the sky. So financial areas very strongly lit up for you now and in the weeks ahead, in the next couple of months. And so we've got this particular mercurial energy already, with its retrograde, creating a fluctuating situation. And then you add Uranus into the mix and it's just, tidal waves here and there. The tidal waves can be great when they bring in amazing things, but it can also go the other way as well. And the way that you balance that energy is you take ownership for what action you can take, and you actually do that. You take ownership for the ideas and inspirations that are coming, and you start that, you initiate that. You actually look at where it is that you are, where it comes to your earning potential, and where it is that you believe you could be earning more, and actually start to align yourself with that much more purposefully and with a much more clearer intention as well. I really like the fact that you are going to get a chance in this whole process to really look at what it is you believe you're worth, because ultimately that is where, when we look at money as energy, when we look at money from a more spiritual perspective, ultimately, the money that we earn, the money that comes into our life, is a reflection of, now this is one way of understanding money, is a reflection of what we believe is the value of what it is that we are giving. So if you place great value on what you are giving, the universe will respond in kind and return a lot to you. If you don't believe that it holds great value, then chances are that's going to be reflected in the amount of energy that's being returned to you. If you give a lot, you get a lot. And it's this very relationship, this very understanding that is going to be asked for some healing energy from you. But more than that, it's not just about the healing energy of it. It's about how are you understanding it. What's happening on a level of mind? What's happening on a level of thought? How are you speaking to yourself? And does it support your prosperity? Does it support a healthy, affirming sense of self-worth? And where does it not? You're going to get a chance to see these matters very clearly. Now, these are, of course, some of the more spiritual, esoteric, emotional manifestations of this energy. And so, of course, I'm one who's always about the emotional and spiritual first, because I do think that that's where the power is. Everything else is a reflection of what it is that we are ultimately learning and growing stronger in on those levels of emotion and spirit. However, there are literal manifestations as well to these energies. And one literal manifestation to this is that finances are just getting more of your attention. You may be feeling like all of a sudden there's a lot more that you need to do. All of a sudden there's expenses. All of a sudden there's a bit of a windfall. There's a chance for you to earn a lot of overtime. All of a sudden a bunch of orders come in. You know, if you are one of those people who's self-employed or who gets paid per project, all of a sudden a lot of orders could come in and you may end up feeling a little bit overwhelmed and then have to look at how are you going to pace yourself, how are you not. And ultimately, all of this is about bringing you to a sense of clarity as to where your money is going, how you're earning your money, and what all that says about you and where it is that ultimately you can get clearer on your stated intentions, on your stated outcomes, and how that can help move you forward, progress you forward. Keep in mind, this is a process. It starts now, and next month, as I said, I'll be here to talk about it then, but next month there's going to be some shifting around money, especially where it comes to you will be looking at matters of other people's money, matters of grants, loans, bursaries, settlements, and things like that, and I'll be here to talk about it then. But this whole idea of what you're earning is going to be a continuing theme into next month, and as I said, into November as well. It's just that this month there's a very powerful boost to this energy thanks to the new moon that takes place in the second part of the month. It's a strong financial cycle, and there's a strong financial picture for you as well. You are beginning a process. You are at the start of a process of really refining your financial goals and your understanding of money, and thereby getting a clearer picture of how it is that you can make yourself stronger in this very area. It is a valuable process, and one that is certainly taking you on the path towards greater abundance than you've known before.